Hey friends! Sadly, another beta weekend of Icarus is coming to an end. 35 hours in, 4 of us played this time around. We made some actual good progress. We messed around with stuff, troubleshot things, put out fires, didn't put out fires, had losses. It was actually a ton of fun. And as you can tell, we're actually just kind of waiting out this little bit of a rainstorm that's passing by. And this would be Jeff's place here. We actually burned it down in the last stream because Jeff took off of the planet. He is no planet. He is no longer here, guys. He is gone. So we decided, you know what, as a farewell, we will burn it down. I didn't know why he didn't do that. We should have thought about that before he took off. But this is what's left of it. Just the stone shell of that place. Now, this one here had a tower and stuff on it, but unfortunately in the last stream as well we had some fire incidents. So I went a whole 5 hours yesterday, the day before in the stream as well. No fire at all, and then had tons of trouble with fire on the last day while we're just kind of doing up the odds and ends. And as you can see, guys, we maxed everything out. We have ourselves some guns here. We have a hunting rifle. This thing is mad deadly. Just like that. Look at that. And these guys go and take a running off. And you can actually hit things from a pretty long distance. The other thing we unlocked too is the shotgun, and the shotgun's really good. I think I used it to actually take out that bear without any fear or having to go in the water of doing it. So these they wanted to show off at level 25. You had to max out your levels, what the weapons and gunpowder and all that was like. So it's kind of cool. They're really powerful. I'm looking forward to using them in the Arctic biome next weekend. But let's go take a look at my base here and I'll show you guys all the endgame stuff we unlocked. So outside here on the first floor, we have this rain reservoir. This thing is actually worth the unlock. Even if you're around a lot of water and you can just jump in it to get your water back. Having this here, just pressing F is so much easier than waiting in the water. As we know, this update, you can't drink water straight from the lake anymore. You're going to get the runs from doing that. So your best option early on is just to jump into the water or eat berries. But once you unlock this, really wise choice. And you know what, before we go inside, I'm going to give you guys a good leveling tip. This may change on beta 3, but hey, it might be useful. What you want to do when you can is make yourself a sickle. Here we go. Once you got this, you can go out and you can gather a ton of fiber. It gathers you 40 per bush, which is enough to make one band-aid. And then you can spam band-aids. You get a whole ton of XP actually for gathering a good amount of fiber, a whole ton of good XP for making the band-aids, and then you can scrap the band-aids down and make more band-aids out of that. So it's a really good way to level. I think I went from 21 to 25 just pretty much doing that stuff. So a little bit of a tip for you guys. I don't know if it'll work next time, but if it does, I'll let you know. In our top floor here, of course, we got some decent storage going on, these wood cupboards. We also have this, the concrete furnace. Now, this is, of course, made with concrete, which you have to unlock through the tiers. But if we open this up here, you can do stuff like your iron ingots you can do in here. You can refine gold. You can make carbon fibers. You can make titanium ingots, platinum ingots, aluminum ingots, glass sheets, which are... they're not that expensive, and copper ingots all in this one. And this one here, it actually doesn't give off a lot of heat like the other one does. We'll take a look at that down below. So most of our higher tier stuff actually ended up here. So in this beta as well, guys, if you take a look around, it's all made out of stone. Stone didn't take tree damage, and stone didn't take storm damage at all. So this thing held up really well for us. It was a little bit of a grind, but we did it. I'm almost getting ahead of myself here. We have the cement mixer here. So this is, of course, what you make all your cement goods with, just pretty much concrete mix. Has a nice little rotating thing when you actually use it. You know what? I'm going to show you guys that. I got to find some stone. There, we got stone in, so let's go ahead and make ourselves some concrete. So there we go, just a little bit of an animation on it, which I think is absolutely wonderful. And for lighting, of course, we just use wall torches, which now take iron instead of copper to make, so that was an interesting balance. And of course, from last alpha, we have our carpentry bench too. You can make your nicer wood walls and stuff here. And your machining bench, which is your tier 3 beginner bench. This is where you make everything else. I unlocked concrete, which is incredibly expensive. I didn't feel like doing the grind here on the last day of the beta, so I only upgraded a few pieces. They're down below. I'll show you that. And you can make your aluminum stuff in here too, I believe. This was a little bit of a curiosity because it's really weak. It's like 400 each, but it's really cheap. If you look, it's 4 aluminum ore and 6 wood. So it's really easy to slap that stuff together. I'm assuming that would be useful in a biome where there's, say, not very much wood at all, but a lot of aluminum. So it'll be interesting to see where we can use the aluminum stuff, apply it. Because it definitely didn't apply here. The stone, the wood is even stronger than that. But hey, look at this. Okay, if we look down, guys, this is some of the concrete stuff. So this is what the concrete floors look like. I got all of those together. If we go down below, these are actually concrete foundations. So they got a little bit of an indent on them. Kind of interesting stuff. And everything else just was purely upgraded to stone. So we got our beta 1 stuff here, of course. We got our crafting bench. We got our stone furnace. That's the one that puts off a ton of heat, by the way. We got our masonry bench, our oxide dissolver, and we got ourselves our big fireplace here. This is one of my favorites. I love the fireplace, by the way. And for when you're at home or early in the game, you got your just standard oxidizer. This thing is great. You don't have to use the tanks. These tanks here that come out of this thing are great for going for long journeys. And of course, herbalism bench, mortar and pestle, and the armor bench. And if we take a look, guys, at my inventory, you'll see I'm actually wearing all carbon armor. So if we take a look at what this stuff does here, we have 5 of 5 carbon armor set. It does a plus 10% weight capacity. Okay, so now I can carry 110 kilograms instead of the standard 100. That's a nice little set bonus too. And it gives you some physical resistance, cold resistance, -1 heat resistance, so you're going to get a little warm. Wouldn't want to wear this in the desert, I would think. And +4 exposure resistance, so you get all that different stuff with the pieces. That is really super cool. So yeah, we did a lot of stone. That was a little bit of a grind. I know it doesn't look like much. There's still little odds and ends I needed to finish up on it, but you know when you're done, right? We had a lot of fun, and we pretty much experienced it all. We got to our guns and our rifles. We got to all the carbon gear. We even got some fur too, so hopefully we'll be able to use that next time around. Anyway, guys, not too much else to show you. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you guys were there for this beta weekend, let me know down in the comments below, or if you plan to catch my streams on the next beta weekends, that would be amazing. Stay classy, everyone. Back up them game saves, and I'll see you in the next one.